everyone, and welcome back to another pick a card reading. I have been away for a while, and I'm happy to be back yet again. I know that I had a video that I put in here for Scorpio season, and then I was going to make efforts to post more regularly, and I don't know, sometimes life happens, and it taught me the really valuable lesson of putting time and focus into time management. But I won't go into too much detail about that today. I will probably discuss it more on Instagram and in a later vlog coming up. Today's reading is going to be about the message that you are needing to hear right in this moment in time. I spent some time meditating before doing this reading because I was trying to understand what people need to hear, and where I can be of best service to people. And during this filming, today is November 23rd. It's the evening of November 23rd, actually, that I'm filming this reading. And so we're officially in Sagittarius season. So it's all about thinking about things with an open, optimistic mindset. We're getting into travel, we're getting into trying new things, adventure, right? And so I think we'll be harnessing that type of energy today in this reading, and I could probably expect a few readings for people out there where it's going to be encouraging to move outside of their comfort zone in order to experience growth. So that's going to be today's reading, is answering the question, what guidance do I need to hear right now? And with that said, we have our three groups. So this time around, I decided to just place 3 decks here, and let you choose the deck that you wanted, and we will do the shuffling for each of the groups, and then also utilize some other oracle cards if I'm feeling called to. But yeah, so this is what we're going to do today. This is group number 1. Group number 2. Oh, this is this is the Robin Wood Tarot. Group number 2 is the Morgan Greer Tarot, and group number 3 is I think it's the Modern Witch Tarot. So you guys feel free to pick 1, 2, or all 3 of the groups, and let's get your guidance for what messages you need to be hearing right now. So let's jump in with group number 1. Group number 1, you all picked this Robin Wood Tarot deck. So let's go ahead and give this a shuffle, and let's see what cards pop out for us today. Okay. I'm going to move my little candles back a little bit so that we can create some more space. Okay, so far we have the 5 of Cups, 4 of Wands in the reverse, and the King of Pentacles. So someone could be experiencing heartbreak in relation to a romantic relationship, or it could mean something going on with a father figure. I'm getting majority for the people that this is related to a father figure in their lives, given the fact that we have the King of Pentacles. Let me pull a few more cards and we'll just get started with those for the time being. These are feeling a little stuck today. So it's whenever a deck feels stuck and I'm shuffling it, it's telling me that there is some kind of resistance going on, where the person I'm doing the reading for is understanding that there's change or something is needing to happen, but there is some kind of fear around making that change, and kind of this uncertainty of the result of making that change, right? So to recap, we've got 5 of Cups upright, 4 of Wands in the reverse, the King of Pentacles in the upright, and then we have the pairings, the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Wands in the reverse, and the 5 of Swords also in the reverse. So again, I'm seeing a lot of reversals. This is a sign to me that there is anxiety, stress, or resistance going on in whatever the situation is for you. Overall, I'm getting this feeling of like stuck, getting this feeling of getting yourself into some kind of a relationship or scenario where you felt like it was a dream come true, where you felt like when you were moving into it, it was the direction that you wanted to be in, but now it feels like it's no longer what you wanted, or it's not what you were expecting it to be. And this is evidenced to me through the 4 of Wands in the reverse. This is a card that can represent, like, if it's in the upright, it represents like a home, it represents stability, it represents the beginning of, it can sometimes represent like the beginning of the relationship, like especially this card in particular, it kind of portrays that, because this is, I think it's hand fasting, or it's in a Wickening, where they have this drape, it's a wedding drape. And I think it's even present in Jewish cultures as well, where this drape is used in wedding ceremonies as a method of, I think it's meant to show you that you are, when you're both getting married, you're both under the protection of God or the universe or whatever terminology it is that you're using for it. But so it represents like building a home, building stability, creating that new foundation. And it's still new and it's exciting, but sometimes it's hard to get out of it because it's in the reverse. For me, this is feeling like it's like a false reality, or like a false hope, like you had this idea or this expectation that whatever it is that you're doing, for some people it's getting into a relationship, for other people it's career, it's circumstantial, but the idea is that you had this idea on kind of the perfect environment that you would be in, and it's not turning out to be so. And so I'm saying that it's not turning out to be the way that you wanted. First of all, because you do have the 5 of Cups in the upright, and the 5 of Cups. So 5 in numerology, it's represented by the Hierophant in the major arcana, and so that represents tradition, values, but it's also like instability, because it's progressing away from the 4, which is the stability, which is the foundation, right? And the 5 of Cups in particular, when you're pairing that number 5 with the suit of Cups, this is talking about your emotions. This is talking about the instability of your emotions and feeling lower vibrational feelings such as anxiety, fatigue, stress, and sometimes like depression. And mostly this is a card, when it pops up for me, it usually is a sign that's telling me that someone is not feeling rewarded. Someone is not feeling passionate. Someone is not feeling like they're getting a sense of life or a sense of joy out of whatever it is that they're doing or who they're with. And I'm also getting cards that are telling me that you're yearning for something more, especially now filming this in the Sagittarius season. It's making sense that your soul is asking for something deeper. You've got the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is always a huge representation for travel coming up, but it also represents a new passion project, specifically in regards to creativity. So creating something, whether that's like painting or photography or filming or writing, anything that gets your creative juices flowing, that's when this card appears. And it's interesting also because next to it, clarifying the Four of Wands in the reverse is the Two of Wands, also in the reverse. Now, the Two of Wands in the upright represents, so like I said, Ace of Wands is about like expecting travel and like beginning a new adventure or a new path. The Two of Wands is the progression of that. It's about saying, okay, well, I definitely know that this is the direction that I want to be going in, but now I have to make a choice. What specific direction do I want to go? So there's a decision to be made. For some people, this card can represent choosing between your passions versus practicality. For some people, this can mean like, what avenue of creativity do I want to delve into first, whether it's writing versus filming versus photography versus modeling. I hope you get the idea. But with it being in the reverse, this is telling me, again, it's feeling like you're stuck, feeling like there is no choice, there is no option. And I'm telling you right now, this is a limiting belief that you are telling yourself, that there is so much more to expect and so much more to move towards. And it's all about deciding for yourself that you matter and that it matters to you to go for this creative adventure. Finally, one of the last cards I haven't talked about yet is the Five of Swords. So there is a fear of generating drama. This could be in relation to a father figure. Maybe you have a father who is on the more practical side, given the fact that he is the King of Pentacles, which is about finances, stability, shelter, being like that fatherly figure. They could be an earth sign as well. So Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And it's interesting to see it paired with the Five of Swords in the reverse, because it feels like there's this fear over causing drama and disappointing this particular person. And mostly it's fear of disappointing them because you feel as though going down this route is going to mean a path of low money, of financial hardship, and it's something that you would believe would be against this person's wishes. And so you can see here that it feels like you're kind of doing what you need to be doing in order to please your parents, but you're feeling as though you're not actually feeling fulfilled in your life itself. So the message that you need to hear right now is that there is financial stability in creative avenues. And it's just about finding the right ways to leverage and to monetize the creative avenues that you want to build down. And there's nothing wrong with having a side hustle or a hobby or something that you do as well as your full-time job in order to get yourself into that space. And that's what's so amazing about the journey itself of creating a side hustle, of doing something that makes you feel creatively alive, is because it creates a story, a journey for yourself that it's worth documenting, it's worth tracking. And so if you are someone who, I could get the sense for this, that this is someone who is really interested in making money by doing something creative. And I can see for some people this is about like YouTube. This is about maybe a blog, something along those lines, right? And what I'm hearing from a lot of you right now is excuses. I'm hearing people say, oh, well, I can't do this because there's not enough time. Or, oh, well, I can't go down this route right now because I'm just so tired at the end of the day. My work has me feeling stuck to the grind and stuck to the hamster wheel. And I'm here to tell you right now that if it matters, you will find the energy, you will find the time, because you will just make that decision that it matters to you enough right now that staying in the current position that you're in is causing you so much more pain than if you were to work through the process and allow things to flow through in order to create that future that you would like to see. So it is a process, and sometimes it might not feel super glamorous or romantic if you need to be waking up early or going to bed late. But the point is that it shouldn't feel like work. It's supposed to feel like an expression of love. It's supposed to feel like you're doing something that lights up your soul. And that's the entire point, is you want to be doing something that provides you with that energy. Because the more that you're putting out that kind of energy in the world, the more it will come back to you in the form of financial and any other kind of abundance. Okay? So I've got my Angel Oracle deck here. We're going to pull a few Oracle cards, and then we will call it with this reading. Interesting. Unlikely. No. Give me one more. What is unlikely and what is no? Peaceful resolution. This has to do with your father figure. I feel like some of you were asking as I was shuffling, well, what's going to be the result? What's going to happen with my father figure if I, tell them that I'm interested in pursuing this or that I am doing this? Even a fear of them like seeing your work. These cards are saying that in the beginning, it will be difficult for them to be on board. But that always happens anytime someone is going through a phase of change. And there is peaceful resolution to be expected down the road. And that will be because you will be putting through the time and effort and love and energy where they will begin to understand and see why this matters to you. And so the point of this is to say, you do not need, your father's approval or your parents' approval of what you're doing. You are already in the position where you're financially stable, but it's just that you're not feeling fulfilled. And so it's all about shifting that into that sense of fulfillment. And with any change, it will take time, and it will more than anything take continuous efforts of showing love and excitement and appreciation for doing the work, it's not even considered work, it's doing the project, creating, right? And just know and believe and understand that they will come around in time. And a lot of it has to do with consistency and just remaining consistent in your beliefs. So thank you so much, group number 1, for joining me for this reading. I do hope that you were able to find the message in store for you. If you're curious, if you want to dive into this particular topic more, or if you're interested in just getting a personal reading onto the whereabouts of your life, if it's relationships, love, career, academics, finances, you name it, there is a link in my description box where you can see how to get in contact with me for a private reading. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me, light and love, and I will see you in the next video. Group number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the beautiful Morgan Greer tarot deck. So we're going to give this a shuffle, and then we're going to pull out 6 tarot cards and take a look at what message you need to hear right now. Whether you're watching this in Sagittarius season or if you're watching this at a different time of the year, you never know what is in store for you. Oh, look at that. It's time to come out of your shell, loves. You've got the Hermit in reverse. You've been spending too much time on your own. You've officially accomplished the goal that was necessary. And now it's time to move on. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that your intuition is getting it out of whack. We have the Moon in the reverse. And it's time to be spending more time with loved ones, sisterhood, brotherhood, friends, family. It's time to be incorporating more people into your life. Presented here with the 3 of Cups. Let me get us another 3 cards, and then we will move on with the reading. There we go. Ooh. Someone wants love. Someone is wanting love. They could be trying to manifest it and having difficulties doing so. And there are our other 2 cards. So let's check these out. Okay. Ooh, all right. Okay. All right, my love. Message for you today is it's time to get outside of your head. Now, there was a lesson that I just learned recently. I listened to audiobooks. It's really important to me to be practicing a sense of personal development, listening to anything that boosts my mindset. So I love listening to podcasts, audiobooks, things of the sort. And recently I've been listening to the book Spirit Hacking by Shaman Durek. And he gives a lot of really beautiful insight into literal spirit hacks, like little things that you can do on a daily basis that help you get more in alignment with your spirituality and God or Jesus or the angels or universe or Gaia or whatever term you want to use. But so I'm bringing it up because I was in the chapter where he was talking about the concept of manifestation and how funny enough, he's coming across people that are doing it wrong, where they're taking on almost like an OCD sense of manifestation, where they've been learning through other people and other resources to say what they want over and over and over and over again, and thinking that it will bring them the results that they want. And I'm saying this because I feel like you're trying to manifest a relationship or manifest some kind of love, right? And this is being evidenced here with the moon in the reverse, and then the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and also the Hermit in the reverse too. It's telling me that you're done being alone. You're wanting to spend more time around people. You're particularly wanting to draw in a relationship. And the thing is that it's feeling like you're not successful in that method of manifestation. Whatever it is that you've been trying, it hasn't been working. I don't know what exactly you've been trying, but the guidance that I have for you is this. When you are manifesting, it will only take the most effect if you are using language that is so convincing and is also in the past tense that the ego part of your brain, which is in charge of creating a reality that confirms that you are right, it will put into work the guidance that you, or not the guidance, it will put into work the reality to create the statement that you've said out loud in order to manifest what you want. So let me give you an example. If you are wanting to manifest love and you say something like, I want love, I want a boyfriend, or I want a girlfriend, or I want a relationship, your ego will do everything in its power, and the universe will do everything in its power to match that want, that wish. They will say, okay, we recognize the fact that you want love, and they will create an environment for you in which you are constantly wanting love. So it's going to create an environment where if you're out in public, you're going to feel alone because you're going to just happen to notice everyone else that's in a relationship and just rubbing in the fact that you're not. You're going to be finding yourself in conversations where the other person is talking about a person that they are in a relationship with, or a person that they have a crush on, and they're starting to develop some kind of feelings for, and things are progressing for them, and it feels like it's not progressing for you. That kind of manifestation, it's working, but it's about being very specific about what it is that you are trying to achieve. And I need to correct myself because language is extremely important in manifestation. And so when you say words like want or trying or work, all of these words have the frequencies associated with them of negativity and lack and neglect, right? And so when we're coming from a place, when we're speaking from a place of gratitude and already having the things that we are interested in receiving, then the universe says, I get it. I will provide exactly what you are asking for. So if you get even more specific and you say something like, I am so immensely grateful and excited that I have met such a beautiful soul in person that truly is my soulmate, and I have met them, at a specific date or time frame. I have met them in the last month, and we have just hit it off, and we have been having the most beautiful conversations. This person is gorgeous. They have blonde hair and blue eyes and olive toned skin, and they love this and that and whatever. And so you see what I mean, though, is that the more specific that you're getting, the more success that you will find. And then the next key is to decide and then speak it out loud one time. Now, I realize I'm not really going into the tarot cards too much yet, but I wanted to talk about that first because I noticed that this is talking about emotional resistance to love. The Ace of Cups in the reverse tells me that there is someone out there who is struggling to love themselves first, that it's near impossible at this stage to be bringing in another relationship. Because if you can't love yourself, how in the world are you going to love someone else? And so that's why the cards are saying you need to be getting yourself out of your head and spending more time with friends, family, and loved ones, because they will help you create that positive dialogue with yourself. And that is the most important relationship that you can build on first. And it will allow this relationship to be coming into fruition much, much quicker. We do have the Six of Wands in the upright too. So this is my winner, winner, chicken dinner card. You're already in the process of manifesting that relationship, that soulmate. It's just time to give it that little bit of extra oomph and that extra specificity so that it can come to you even faster. Because what you're going through is this process of trial and error, of getting what you're asking for, realizing it's not necessarily what you want, and then you're asking for something else. So get very, very specific, and I promise you, you're going to be seeing amazing results. Another thing I would add to it is to incorporate candle work. Candles emit an energy that attracts spirits and guides. And this kind of energy, when you leave the flame on for as long as you can, it's going to help increase the energy that is created when you're speaking out loud what you want to manifest. So the next time that you're working to manifest something, light a candle and speak it out loud once. But if you want, you can get into a 7-day practice where, like maybe in your evening ritual, you light a candle and you just express gratitude every single day and pick 3 things that you feel grateful for. You can do it once in the morning and once in the evening. And just continuing to express gratitude for your life just brings more and more amazing abundance along with it. And that brings me to the Judgment card that we have here, which is the rebirth. It's the rebirthing experience. I love this card in particular, the Judgment of this card, because it does show family. And it shows this I think it's a bugle horn or a French horn. But it just has that vibe of like a phoenix rising from the grave, and like that successful horn that you would hear, like the gates of heaven opening up, that kind of a thing. So yes, so, you know, things are imminent. Things are quaking. The universe is literally vibrating with excitement over bringing you what it is that you're asking for. You just gotta ask, because if you're not specific, the universe cannot provide. So that is going to be the tarot guidance. Let me pull some angel oracle cards for you. So let's give this a shuffle, and we will take 3 cards. Just keep having this image in my head of this man like walking across my line of vision, like an echo, and then like he's disappearing. So it really makes me think that you've seen this person before, or you've met this person before that is the person that you're working to manifest. Whoa, how cool is that? Romance card. I love it when things are confirming. And then also helpful people. So this is getting in contact with your friends, family, and communities. Let's get one final card for the road. Almost knocked the camera over. Sorry about that. Get more information. Yes. So continue learning about the process of manifestation. And work on practicing, you know, the guidance and the things that people who are successful at manifestation recommend. And I think that you will find some really amazing results. I definitely experienced that when I was doing candle work and saying what I was looking for once and then letting it go. That's the other thing, is you say it once and then you let it go, like I said. And I'm not saying like you don't ever think about it again, but I'm saying that you let it go with a sense of trust and knowing that it will come. And that's why I'm saying to practice the gratitude 3 things daily instead of, you know, saying the same thing over and over and over again, because saying it over and over and over again is telling the universe that you don't have it and that you continue to still want it. And so then the universe responds to that and said, okay, you want it. But if you continue to talk about how grateful for things you are in your life, the universe recognizes that, and it just brings you more things to be grateful for. So that's going to do it for today's reading. Thank you so much, group number 2, for joining me today. If you are feeling called to join me for a private reading, whether you would like to dive into this particular reading more, or if you're interested in looking into different aspects of your life, including life, love, family, career, finances, academics, anything of the sort, or even contacting a deceased loved one, there is a link in the description box down below where you can learn how to get in contact with me for a private reading. If not, light love and gratitude for you to join me today, and I wish you all the best. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Group number 3, welcome to your reading, the message that you are needing to hear right now. We are using the Modern Witch Tarot. And we're going to pull 6 cards to help us get a little insight into what's going on in your life and what specific guidance you need to hear right now. So we've already got 1 card popping out. We'll just keep on shuffling and see what else occurs for us today. Just gonna close my windows. Okay, we've got 2 swords on the board so far. Okay, 2 9s and 2 swords. Someone is feeling the need to protect themselves. Someone is feeling the need to fight back and be on the defense. It's like the offense as a form of defense. It's like an aggression thing. Okay. I feel like for you, group number 3, you've just recently experienced a loss. Whether this was a friend. This was a friend who you had a close relationship with, and they passed suddenly. I am getting suicide for some of them. I would like to hold a crystal. Give me 1 second. Okay. When I'm channeling spirits, I like to hold on to crystals because I feel like it helps to make the message more clear. I am getting that this is a friend who passed away suddenly through either accident or suicide. And so this person is trying to come through to help guide you to find a more uplifting and happier life. I think right now you've been struggling with, like I said, being on the defense, being in this space where you're feeling like you have to go at things alone and that you can't trust anyone, and that you're feeling like the only person that you can rely on is yourself. We've got the 9 of Swords in the reverse, as well as the 9 of Wands in the upright. So this is someone who is struggling with anxiety and depression and anger management issues. The 9 of Wands in the upright, it's a lot of like self-protection, anger. Sometimes it can be competition, but it's that feeling of being like cornered into a wall and like an animal where their instinct is to just start attacking out of a way to protect themselves. And then we've got, so the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, in the middle here. It can represent either a victory or a challenge. And for you, I'm feeling like this is an upcoming challenge with your mind. It's about getting through, moving through these emotions and allowing yourself to feel these emotions in order to move into a state of celebration and recognition for this life that is past. And even though this person is not with you physically anymore, it doesn't mean that they're no longer around you. So this person, their name could have started with a C or an H. They are fairly recently passed, within the past year. And I think that there's still a denial over this person's death, this person's passing. We do have the Death card in the reverse. And so they're telling me that they come through a lot. They come through to support you when you're having moments of negative thoughts, of depression, anxiety, that kind of a thing, because they're trying to help to teach you that isn't the answer, that is not the way, and that life is about celebration and creativity and happiness and joy. It's about moving into this right here, this Ace of Wands that we have also in the reverse, as well as the Four of Wands. You have both of your wands in the reverse, and almost everything else is in the upright. I take that back. Your 2 in the upright are your needs to protect yourself, to fight, to defend. And the things that this person is trying to help you move towards is your Four of Wands and is your Ace of Wands, which is about creativity, celebration, honoring that person for being in your life and still maintaining a friendship with you, even though they're no longer on this physical plane with us today. This person wants you to know that you played no role in what happened to them, and they want you to know that what they did or what happened to them isn't the answer. You're not meant to join them right now. Yes. And it's important that you're still around so that you can take their story with you, and it will help speak to other people. This is the story that you were needing to tell. So, what exactly is it that you're supposed to be moving into, right? I can't just leave you with you're supposed to be meant to do better things, right? I see you public speaking. I see you working with teenagers. I see you working with younger people, helping them to understand more about themselves, helping them to understand their emotions. I can see you as a counselor, but on a bigger scale. There is something about you, group number 3, that is just meant for greatness. And what you're going through right now in particular is supposed to guide you into this path where you are expressing yourself creatively and you are practicing the gift of honoring those who have come before you. And so this person is a spirit guide to you, and they stick with you a lot, and they do come to you majority of the time when you're feeling low, but that is also due to the fact that you're feeling low often. But so the thing is that they're saying that it's you're able to communicate with this person more often than you would realize. I mean, you could do so through meditation, through your dreams, through it would feel funny, but also like if you were to just kind of imagine having a conversation with this person and then seeing what pops up. It's the weirdest feeling, because I can say from experience that it feels like you're making it up, but it's really you channeling that person. And so you could do this through meditation. You could do this if you're going on a walk and just listening to music and you're just relaxing. You can do this in a state of hypnosis as well. And so this next year is really going to be very transformative for you, group number 3, where you will be discovering a lot about yourself and how to move through these emotions that you're feeling, and how to take this knowledge that you're learning right now and use it to help other people in the future. I also am getting the sense that this is probably someone who is lost. Like I said, it was someone who was lost via suicide or an accident. For a lot of people, I'm getting that this was someone who passed through a shooting. And from a good majority of people, this is someone who passed suddenly and without plan, the intention to do so. Basically, it was a swift passing, and that's what came up very first in my mind. So they are still with you every day. They are still here, and they're here to help relay messages to the rest of humanity in order to help uplift us all, and to move through what you've gone through, what you've experienced. So that got a little heavy, but I do hope that it resonated. Let me pull some angel oracle cards, and let's see what guidance the angels have to offer us to finish up today's reading. Okay. Listen to your intuition. Yes. Listen to that little voice, even as weird as it may sound, because it's your friend speaking, and it's them guiding you along the way. Within the next few months, there will be major change, major transformative change in the near future. I think you're going to be looking at a completely different life. And This is a phase that you will be moving past, but you were meant to experience it because it was supposed to help guide you on your path and into the next phase of your life, helping other people. I do hope that this provided some guidance and insight to you. If you feel called to join me for a private reading, whether you would like to look through this reading a little bit more in detail, or if you would like to get more insight into your life in general, whether it's career, finances, relationships, love, academics, anything of the sort, there's a link in the description box below where you can get more insight in how to get in contact with me. Major gratitude, light, and love to you for sticking with me through this reading. And I hope that you experience this transformation that we're talking about here today, and that you get yourself on a really amazing path. So, light and love, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.